Hello everybody and welcome back to Blaster Master 02. We are going to be finishing off the game this video, because there was actually less left of this area than I had thought. There's still some more ice jumping we're going to have to do, but we know how to do that by now. I should know how to do it by now, I played Super Metroid enough. Now let's see... Oh, I'm gonna want this. Right, time powers. Well, that didn't go quite how I wanted, but it's good enough. Okay, let's get down there. And I forgot about falling damage. Thankfully, we don't start too far back. Oh, whoops. Alright, this takes us about back to where we need to be. This is the second of the life-up power-ups we can pick up for the Andrea. And we're gonna need to do a little bit of dodging. It's the group of little wall walkers over there that's the worst of it, though. Because when you can't fight them, there are problems. Yeah, Eve doesn't get any life expansion from it, but she does get her life refilled from picking those things up. Now we need to maneuver this guy over this way, which shouldn't be that hard. Okay, let's just do this carefully. There we go. Huh, that looks blocked off. Yeah, any special weapon will do it against those crabs. Now, where do we actually want to be at this point? Because we don't have a map here. I'm pretty sure that's progress. Oh, we can't go this way at all. Well, that narrows our options considerably. But that's fine. In these kinds of games, the more possibilities you can rule out, the better. Well, that looks like progress over there. So let's see what's up around further up here. Yeah, just doing some more exploring. No, wait, this isn't progress. This actually leads to something else we want. Boardroom. Nothing we can't handle, it's just a bunch of relatively simple enemies. Nothing we haven't fought earlier in the game or whatever. Okay, now these come in one at a time for a bit. And then the two of them together. Finishing off that room gives you the third of the life extenders. So now we can start exploring the upper passage too. Okay, I've already explored all of this, so there's no need for me to do this anymore. Yeah, this is where we started this area. And there's Fred. Oh well. Yeah, cause Fred's purpose is to lead people to the G Sophia or Sophia 3 or whatever metal attacker it's attached to. So, finding Fred is what opens up the map and reveals the location of all of the life extenders, and the last one is right above us. However, it requires a set of fairly tricky jumps to get to, and it's not something you can even necessarily solve with just the double jump, that you may actually have to use the charge tackle too in order to make these jumps. And because of that, I'm going to be trying this for a while, because I'd kind of forgotten about that little detail. Yeah, the thing about the final area of Blaster Master Zero 2 is that it's actually a somewhat more substantial chunk of the game than it was in the original Blaster Master Zero. Like, my usual game time for this is a bit under 6 hours, and about an hour of that is usually spent here. Well, that didn't work. And that's kind of okay with me. You put in a fair bit of work in order to get to this part of the game. Oh. If I had fallen there, I would have... An achievement! You're not supposed to be here! Yeah, I admit, this is the first time I've actually collected all of the power-ups in the game. Okay, now that we have everything, we can start making our way towards the final boss in this area. But first, we have a mid-boss to blow up. Shouldn't be a problem, we fought this guy before. And even with the more limited weapons of the Andrea, it won't be a problem. And down it goes. Alright, it took me a little while to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. Then seeing the vertical wall, I was like, well, uh-oh, I just destroyed one of the things I'm supposed to use as a platform to get through here. That was not a great idea. So I need to wait for this just one thing to get to the correct height for me to double jump off of it and make it to the higher areas of this room. Completely my fault. I should have been thinking better. However, it is possible to do it with just the one brain. Of course, if I only had a brain, this would be much easier. Okay, let's recharge. Okay, now we are up, and now we are out. Not feeling good about going into the final boss with this much health, but we'll see if we can do it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Flesh to stone. Okay, let's see how we can go about that. It's not easy. Okay, we have these two pools here in case we want to charge energy, but they have another purpose, as they can actually block the beams fired by this phase of the boss's attack pattern. However, they will turn back into poison after a certain amount of time, and this will be our undoing. To actually damage the boss, you need to freeze these bubbles and then hit them with your charge tackle to knock them into the boss. Oh, whoops. There we go, into the goop. Pro tip, don't stand in the bad. Yeah, the boss will be regenerating, too. Note, by the way, that the water turned back to poison in the middle of this cutscene, so it's an absolute game timer thing. But help is on the way. Oh, okay. Looks like we actually got through to him. Oh, come on over. There's enough final boss here for everybody. Okay, from here on you just need to hit this guy enough times for the game to register that it's time for the reinforcements to show up. Now, unfortunately, I totally beat it this time. Ah, there was health right there! So let's do this the right way this time. So everything I said before still applies, we just need to do it correctly this time. The thing is, the game doesn't really give you any hints on how to do that. If you want hints, I think you have to go into the talk menu to do it. Okay, now we have to zoom through these conversations again. The thing is, I can't just press start to skip them like I can do for a lot of the conversations in this game. The The thing is, if you hit 3 blocks into him, his satellite cannons will actually disappear. Yeah, I know, I tried. It wasn't the smartest idea, but I had to give it a shot. And there we go, we've done enough. Okay. First off, you actually have to mash A there, and second, I totally missed Elfie there the last time I played through this game. So, Andrea is done for, but Jason and the Gaia Sophia are back. Okay, the Invem X. Drollrebo Mastro. This is basically a tank-fought version of the Dimensional Overlord boss from Blaster Master 01. Yeah, it's largely the same suite of attacks, just fought in side-scrolling instead of top-down. He has the same coloration and the same ability to throw out the different sorts of projectiles. And all of his attacks do at least 2 damage. Okay, most of his attacks do around 2 damage. However, some of them are destructible and can therefore be farmed for items if you need them. So while this can be a very wild boss fight, it's also possible to recover if you've had a bit of a bad turn. There are phases where he is completely invincible, and so you need to wait for him to burn himself out in order to actually do damage to him. But this is one of those, and we got him. And that's that. However, Eve is looking pretty okay. Oh well, weird stuff happens in space. True, we had to collect-a-thon a lot. Okay, and that's it for Blaster Master 02. I think that Blaster Master 01 and 2 aren't really games that should be played apart from each other. You should kind of treat them like you would treat Ys 1 and 2. Because it has the same kind of flow-through, really. Blaster Master 02 takes place pretty soon after the first game. And the fact that they created a appropriately goofy 8-bit Blaster Master expanded universe going off from what they established in the first game is pretty great. Apart from that, there's also the technical stuff, and like I said way back at the beginning, this kind of feels like a couple of really good Game Boy Advance games with their 8-bit-ish music and their rather bright, colorful palette and decent gameplay. I'd say they're definitely well worth the asking price no matter where you decide to pick them up. Anyway, as for future projects, well, I don't know, maybe I'll just play games for myself for a bit. Like I said, don't expect anything new as far as video games go for the rest of the year. It also feels like the credit sequence for this game is much shorter than the one for Blaster Master 01 for some reason. I don't know why they made that decision, but they did. And, well, thank you for playing. But there's actually a little bit more. And that's it, everybody.